Well, I'm happy we got the win tonight on account that tomorrow the world's going to burn to the ground. What are you even talking about? We play San Jose tomorrow. Brother in Christ, that is the most trappiest of trap games to ever trap game. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about game 22 of the regular season, where the Rangers win 4-3 over the Nashville Predators in a game where they did not look their best, but they got the 2 points, and that is the only thing you care about. I'll talk about the team looking kind of bad and why I just really don't care even a little bit at the end of the video, but we'll talk about the 7 goals before we get there. The first one scored by Ryan O'Reilly. This was just a nice play by Nashville. It was kind of broken, kind of fluky, but it was a really nice pass and a beautiful shot by Ryan O'Reilly. They go up 1-0, and they weren't done. A little bit later on, towards the end of the first period now, on a power play, Roman Josi. Listen, I love Adam Fox, and I quite like Nick Bonino. They both are going to have to send Roman Josi Father's Day cards now because, holy God in heaven, he dangled both of them out of their jock, especially Adam Fox. Those are, without a doubt in my mind, 2 of the top 5, maybe even top 4 defensemen in the NHL. And at least in this round, Roman Josi, just beautiful moves, beautiful shot, bar in. I can't even say anything. That was just unreal by Roman Josi, and now the Predators are up 2-0. But a little over 30 seconds into the second period, the Rangers get one back. Pass from Vincent Trocheck over to Jacob Trouba, fires it home, and that was a really nice pass from Vincent Trocheck. Lankinen just was lost in his crease there, and I don't like to pick on goalies that much for obvious reasons, but that was just cheating so far to a side of the net where the puck hasn't even come beyond the goal line, and it was not a wonderful position for him to be in. The Rangers capitalized, which is cool, but at the same time, I'm not going to do donuts for that goal because it was just kind of, it was a mistake from the Predators, but it just felt cheap. Hey, speaking of mistakes leading to cheap goals, Colton Sissons gets a breakaway while shorthanded and scores to make it 3-1 Nashville. And, I don't like to say that something can't happen because it's a fast sport and the other team is also really good. They are also paid professionals at this sport, in the top 1% of the world at this sport. But by God, a shorthanded breakaway that is that clean is one of the most things that cannot happen. But thankfully, a little over a minute later, the Rangers get one back. Chris Kreider is truly a magical human being because he found a way to score a power play goal at even strength because it was the literal seconds after the power play expired, before the Nashville player was even back in the play. It was tipped in by Chris Kreider in front. And I've said it a dozen different times, a dozen different ways. Chris Kreider on the power play net front is probably the most deadly player in the league. It feels like Kreider has not got going yet with scoring. He's at 14 goals in 22 games. He's Kreider. He's in front. He is a pain in the ass to play against. He's doing his thing. Literally, if you are a Ranger on a power play, just chuck it at the net and let Kreider go to work, and 90% of the time it feels like it's going to end up with this. The Rangers make it a 1-goal game, and in that same period, a little bit later on, another big tip, also on a power play. Mika Zibanejad fires towards the net. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tip by Vincent Trocheck. I'll give it to him. Ties the game up at 3 apiece, and the Rangers enter the third period now tied. 5 minutes into the third period, Ryan Lindgren scores a goal. Igor Shesterkin is probably giggling, as that is a well-documented fact, and the Rangers take a 4-3 lead on Lindgren's first of the year, and that would be your final score of 4-3. Nashville would threaten quite a bit more in the third period. They outshot the Rangers in the first and third period, and they both had 9 in the second. The first period shots were 18-9 in favor of the Preds, and the third period was 14-10. The Predators greatly outplayed the Rangers today. Shesterkin had to make some unbelievable saves, and as a whole, I thought the Rangers did not play their best of games. I don't think it was an awful game from the Rangers. I just thought it was that Nashville definitely outplayed them, especially in the Rangers' defensive zone. 41 shots is a big workload. Shesterkin met 38 of those head on. Again, with some dazzling, spectacular saves in that mix. The reason I'm kind of okay with it is because, well, yes, the Rangers heavily used the crutches of the power play and Igor Shesterkin in this particular game. They have not done that very often to this point of the season. There have been a few games where Igor has really shined and just played a spectacular game in net, but he hasn't been the only reason they are winning games, which is what it's felt like at points in the past few seasons. Or it's not that every win this season is only because the power play is scoring 5 goals. There have been a lot of games where the power play has been non-existent or just hasn't even gotten a goal. Or games where Shesterkin's been either not in there and you've had Quick out there in net, or games where Shesterkin has not looked his best. Where when you have this game, it's a reminder that yes, they have progressed because you're not solely relying on these two crutches. These are things that you have that when the cards are down, when you are desperate for a win, you still have a electric power play and one of the best goaltenders in the sport. And that's why I feel a lot better this season seeing the occasional game like this, and I can really only think of 2 or 3 that fall into the category of, wow, we really did not deserve to win that game even a little bit. And now the Rangers enter the most terrifying game of the season tomorrow night on the second half of a back-to-back with travel. At 6 p.m. in Madison Square Garden, the New York Rangers will take on the San Jose Sharks. And the untrained eye might look at the San Jose Sharks and go, Weston, they're the worst team in the NHL. How could you possibly be even the slightest bit concerned about them? Do you know who we are talking about? Again, that game is at 6 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for right now, that is all I have to say for the game. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.